Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the 7th anniversary and whether you should be saving for it right now on DB Legends, and whether, well, how many chrono crystals you can realistically expect to get. Now, the amount of chrono crystals you'll get on any given month does vary, but generally speaking, if you're a super casual player but you still farm relatively decently, you're probably looking at anywhere up to about 6,000 chrono crystals. If you're a player that's not great at PvP but farms everything and hits every single other chrono crystal they can get, you're looking at around about 8,000. And then if you're a hardcore player that logs in every day, gets super high rankings in PvP, and basically lives and bleeds DB Legends, in terms of free-to-play chrono crystals, you're probably looking at about just over 10,000. This will vary with events and things like that, because a lot of your rewards come from login events and bonuses and things like that. Raids generally will give you out anywhere ranging from between 700 to 1,400, depending if there's a multi-raid within the month. Hyperdimensional Co-op gives around about 500. You should go through about 2 of those. That's 2,700. And then all the odds and ends, the Torments of Powers, the etc., all ends up tending to add up. But a lot of it depends on how much you play. The big thing is, between now and the beginning of Legends anniversary, which is the end of May, generally around about the 26th, you only really have around 4 months. So even if you were to farm every chrono crystal now, you'd probably end up with about 40,000. Now, is that enough? Well, the question is, how good is your RNG? 40,000 chrono crystals is a very decent amount, and of course I think if you enter the Legends anniversary with 40,000 chrono crystals, you've done very well and you're probably going to come out very, very happy. The big spender is the fact that there's usually 5 banners in a big celebration. We have double Legends Limited banners for part 1, double Legends Limited banners for part 2, we have a bunch of Ultra Rising banners throughout the event, and we also have a bunch of bonus banners, and we always end up with a thank you banner, and we end up with an Ultra banner. So you end up with, like, probably, I would say, if you're counting all the units as being good enough to summon on, you probably end up with about 7 to 9 banners that you pretty much want to at some point do at least a rotation or 2 on, because a rotation is usually around 3,500 to 4,000 chrono crystals. That means you need around about 80,000 chrono crystals to do probably 2 to 3 rotations on each banner, and you get around about 30,000 during a big Annie. So I would say, if you want to save and be free to play, you probably need to start now. I'm not saying you need 40k chrono crystals, but I would say if you can enter in with about 20 or 30,000, you give yourself a good shot of having a good time. The ultras are where you're going to spend a lot of your time, because ultra banners are terrible and the rates are not very guaranteed and not too fair. So if you're someone who's looking to get the big ultra of any Annie or Fest celebration, you're probably going to need to have a lot of chrono crystals, and this is where I'd say you probably want to enter into the Legends Fest with about 40,000, because getting 1 dupe of an ultra is hard enough, getting 2 dupes is very difficult. So honestly, all I can really say is if you're someone who is desperate to have good big celebrations, you are probably going to have to start considering saving now and skipping a couple of the lesser suitable banners. But Legends does a very good job at bait picking people, because they release pretty solid units in between now and festivals. They're spreading the wealth a little bit, so yeah, good luck.